So what's most important to me is time. What makes my life fulfilling is my family. The time that we get to spend together every day, every week, to chasing the kids, to sports. That's life to me right now. That's why we wanted to have kids. That's why we wanted to make our own family, and it sure is a great way to live our life. My name is Billie Porter. I am a father, husband, and a farmer. We were trying to balance raising a young family with a profession that dealt with healthcare and a profession that dealt with growing crops and working around Mother Nature. And we had so many times where which one comes first? Somebody's health or working around the weather?
My first year of pharmacy school, I started as an intern at the hospital in Presque Isle, and I stayed there. And then eventually the role that I finished in was the director of pharmacy. As rewarding as it was, it came a time where it was very challenging with a young family to put in all those hours. Something needed to change for our family so I could focus back on what was really important.
Thankfully, at the time, we had grown not only one business, but we had formed two other businesses in our farming operation. So we kind of came up with a plan that maybe Billy could fill one of those voids for us in the office.
We took a leap of faith together, and it was absolutely worth it. Being able to work together has given us more time with our kids, which is really, at the end of the day, our ultimate goal is to be there with them.
In the early years of me growing up on a farm, what I learned really fast was one mistake, one weather event, one of something can really set you back for the entire year. And that was really something I took a hard look at, is how do we minimize risk? When we started sitting down with Brian to go over, some of our concerns, some of our risks that we were at, our businesses had grown so much that we wanted to make sure that whether it was just our kids or Billy and the kids, if anything did happen, that there wasn't going to be a financial burden left on anybody. And also, if any one of us gets hurt, how do we make sure that there's still money coming in?
I'm Brian Thompson. I'm the owner and the CEO of Thompson Financial Group. We'd been serving the Porter family for a number of years. So several years ago, when they were looking to make this move, they reached out to me and they wanted to talk a little bit about, we want to make this life change, and how can we do it? Can we do it financially? We have a vision, but we need to kind of put the numbers behind it and make it make sense.
Obviously, our strategy of risk management is how do we keep our company healthy, our company's healthy, but also how do we make sure that us as a family are protected. With our transition back in 18 of her giving up her salary, insurance, all those things, I was quite nervous because financially that was a burden that got added to the farm. That's really where Thompson Financial, where Brian sat down with us to help us guide through that process to make sure that things were going to be okay.
So you can create a financial plan and you can say, turn it on and say, let's go. But then life happens and things change, and sometimes you just got to start over. And that's what we did. In this case, we needed to do more protection for them from a life insurance standpoint, and also disability income protection as well, in addition to making sure the financials and that feasibly they could make this work as well.
Our financial strategy is not static. We're constantly changing it every year, and we need partners to help us make those changes. It's a whole process that I can see for the rest of our careers that we'll be updating, and that's why we have people like Brian available to help us continue to make changes.
I think what's most fulfilling is talking about an idea that was in a lot of people's minds crazy. For Billy to leave a great paying job to go home and work on a farm and take care of and raise her family. Who doesn't want to be a part of their kids' lives? It's such a short time frame with your kids that you want to be a part of it and be present. And to watch them be able to do that and do it successfully, that's been really fulfilling.